Hi everyone, Brian from Bearable Traders here. It is Wednesday, May the 4th, and we're more than halfway through the trading week here. And what a crazy day we had today. Jay Powell speaking after the meeting, and of course the markets lit up on some of his comments, taking that 0.75 possible rate hike at least seemingly off the table, although I don't really think it is, but it certainly isn't in the plans right now, according to him. And of course, we got that big rally right at the end of the day. So let's take a look at some charts and just see where we are right now and how we might finish off the week. But the volatility continues. Start out with a high level view here. May 4th, midweek review. So what have we got coming up for the remainder of the week here? We do have some interesting stuff coming up. We've got the jobless claims on Thursday. And Friday, we've got an unemployment report and average hourly earning numbers, which of course will be interesting for the Fed, watching that employment rate and how much hourly earnings is creeping up here, putting pressure on inflation. Following that, of course, we've got earnings. We've got Shop Crocs before the market open here on Thursday, Fubo Square, or Block, I guess as it's called now. Lucid after the market close, a couple of interesting ones there. And then Friday morning, we've got DKNG, DraftKings, UA, the Under Armour, and EOG to wrap up the week. So what have we seen so far? Of course, we had quite a bounce here this week, especially today after that Fed comment regarding the 0.7% rate hike that was really weighing on people's psyche, I guess, and kind of took that idea off the table. And I think for the remainder of the week, I think we can just watch for some more volatility, because there's still a lot of debate out there as to whether we're going to go into a recession, earnings are going to shrink, inflation is going to be persistent. We will get some more numbers coming before the next meeting in June, but yeah. Volatility, I think, will continue despite what has happened so far this week. So let's take a look at some charts. But before we do that, as always, like to do a quick plug for my book on Amazon, which is called How to Swing Trade, Rules, Routines, Strategies of a Swing Trader. So there it is. Let's get down to looking at some charts here. Started with looking at some Treasury yields here. Really nothing much happened here today compared to yesterday. This is 2.66. It's not updated, but went out today 2.65. So really no change on the 2-year. As far as the 10-year goes, just a little bit higher, but still hanging under this 3 range. We did actually, I think, just didn't quite get to 3 today, or yesterday I should say, and didn't close above 3 today either. So really not much after all that excitement on the markets, not much impact on the bond market at all. So now you can see basically we've had this nice turnaround Monday. Couldn't wait till turnaround Tuesday. We had this big turnaround day on Monday, and then we've had a nice pop up here. So mentioned I was watching for a doji type candle like this, and we got it here on Monday. So gotten long a few stocks to take advantage of this run, but I think we're kind of coming up into an area that's going to be resistance. Let's take a look at some more charts here. That's the transports. Let's look at the Dow. Again, we're kind of up into an area where we might see some resistance. You see you got these moving averages here now on the daily, and prior resistance here, prior support here. So we'll see what happens if we can continue this rally, or if we're just sort of stuck in this trading range. On the Dow, it'll be interesting to see how we go out the week here. The Qs, we did have this nice bounce back for the week so far. We have not gotten back up to some of these moving averages yet. We have had some pretty decent volume. Stochastic starting to turn up. So certainly some of this has been due to some of the larger cap stocks for sure. Apple has really been holding in there. Amazon had a nice comeback today, as well as did Tesla. Had a pretty decent day today as well. The SPY, again, we're kind of at a bit of an area of prior resistance. You can see from here, kind of an area we tried to break out from here, and then back to prior resistance from April 28th. So again, we're kind of at a crucial area here. We'll see if we can continue the excitement into the remainder of the week, or if we're just going to sort of churn sideways after this really big move back. The IWM again right back into this trading range above the 190 level, and again coming up against some moving averages and maybe some prior support, which might become resistance now around 195. So again, all these indexes seem to have come back nicely, and we're into an areas where there could be some resistance to go higher. So maybe just a bit of chop for the remainder of the week, and particularly watch Friday if we have a bit of a sell-off. But not really. Kind of thinking we're kind of chugging in a range here, chugging along in a range here. And you can see here what happens, of course, when you get super elevated on VIX. We get this nice pullback. Mentioned this on weekend video as well. Reversal day here, and then VIX really pulling back into this range, this under 30, sort of getting down to maybe down to this 21 level if we continue to go higher. The dollar, as I mentioned earlier, the dollar, it definitely has been under, it's had this monster run up, and now we've put in what looks like a double top. We are pulling back here, and of course with interest rates kind of stalling out at 3%, maybe we are going to get a bit more of a pullback here on the dollar. Bitcoin had a nice reversal day today too, but again, it's sort of trading with the NASDAQ. You can see here, even when the NASDAQ was up, Qs were up a little bit on Tuesday. Bitcoin was actually down. So we did have a nice rally back today, but again, just seems to be trading with some of the other indexes, particularly the risk-on stuff. So again, but I was trying to find some support here around 37,500 area. So end up with a few quick watch stocks here. I'm keeping an eye on Apple. I mean, Apple has really been hanging in there when all the other stocks have been really selling off. And Apple did obviously have a bit of a sell-off here, but it's kind of been holding in here, put in a double bottom. Again, nice reversal on Monday, nice reversing candle here, and that's basically what I was telling you to watch for as possible reversal in trend, and we did get that nice reversal in trend here. And of course, who could have foreseen the rally we got into the close? But nice push up here. Apple sort of trading in a bit of a range now, but again, seems to be one of the stocks that seems to be holding up the SPY, and the index is liking some of these big cap names here. CCJ again. Was looking at this one as 25. That was a watch list stock from the weekend. I'm back in that one again at 25, and getting a nice move up here today. FCX, I have not trading that one. It's putting in a bit of a double bottom here. I'm not sure if we're going to break out on FCX. I think there's some concern about recession. Copper is obviously one of the big commodities that's used during building and expansion times. If there's some concern about recession, copper demand could drop. So I'm not really 100% sure on the fundamentals on taking a long position here. Silver had a nice pop up today. Same with gold. With everything else, Tesla Tesla kind of holding around this 900 level. I'm not sure if I think we're still stuck in a range here. Twitter, it's in Tesla and Twitter seem to go together now. But you can see here we're really sort of getting into you can see kind of a pennant that is formed here, and really, this 54.20 was the buyout price. And of course, the market is discounting that significantly as a possibility at this point because, Elon does not have the funding secure, as he would say, yet. So they're discounting that. But this is really going to break one way or another if some news comes out about whether he's got funding, or as the date grows closer, which I think is in October. If nothing comes out about funding, this should start to leak off pretty significantly. There's a whole gap here to fill if he can't get the funding in place. So just keeping an eye on that one. And UPST, we were talking about this one in the room this morning, really broke out nicely today. It's put in a bit of a double bottom here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays had a nice pop back up. I was looking at some of the fundamentals on this. It actually looks like a pretty decent stock. It's got a lot of cash on hand. It's actually making money, although the PE is a little expensive. Forward PE isn't that bad. We have broken out from this prior level of support here and support here, and I think if we get a bit of a pullback back to maybe even 90, it might be a decent entry for a long position on UPST. So that's it, everybody. This is how things are looking at for the open tomorrow. We're down a little bit after that big rally. It's really hard to go chasing things and expect to follow through on the following day, especially with a big move like we saw this afternoon. So we'll just see how things open in the morning and see where we go. Like I said, we're at some pretty interesting levels on all of the indexes right now. So we'll see if we can manage to continue to push higher going into the last part of the week, or if we kind of hold or we pull back. But a lot of uncertainty in the market right now, regardless. So hopefully we'll see you tomorrow morning. Of course, as always, 8 o'clock we'll start with live on YouTube with a pre-market show, and then of course members will be able to trade the market open with us at 9:30. Look forward to seeing you at one or all those events. Take care, everybody. Have a great evening. Bye for now.